Come for the game, stay for the commentary.
Talk about a sleeping baby.
Minion in, you guys, I'm playing Wingspan. This is a digital version of a popular board game called Wingspan by Stonemaier Games. This version was developed by Monster Couch, and it is out for Steam, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch in both Europe and North America. There's already DLC out, the European expansion, which I guess adds European birds, and it might be part of this. Honestly, I'm not sure. But if this game interests you, let me know, and I will do a follow-up when that expansion drops, if it's not already in this. I've never played this before, but I'm curious. It seems very zen. Like, very relaxing. I figure tutorial is probably a good idea. Let's do that. Definitely gonna learn some stuff about birds here. Another bird enthusiast. You're new to Wingspan. I'll show you around. I'm Robin, by the way. I am guardian of this wildlife preserve. As you've probably noticed, this place is all about birds, but also about winning. What isn't? To win the game, you have to get the most victory points, or feathers. One way to do that is by playing birds. Before we start, you should get familiar with the structure of the game. This is the Start Your Turn pop-up. Wingspan is played over 4 rounds. Okay. Right now, it's your first turn of the first round. How many turns are there in a round? In the first round, you take 8 turns. Each turn is marked by an action cube. Okay. Answered my question. In each round, you have 1 fewer action cube, and so 1 fewer turn to take. Oh, so 8 in the first one, 7, and then 6, and then 5 in round 4. That makes sense. On the right side of the screen, you can see how many turns you have left this round. And those are the end of round goal tiles, but don't worry about them now. Well, they don't... Okay. Not worrying about them now. Now I will show you what you can do each turn. First, you need to know... The music is so calm. First, you need to know how to navigate the habitats of your preserve. Look at the left side of the screen. Those are the habitats. Okay. We're in a forest habitat. Now there's different habitats. In the forest, you gain food for your birds. Check out what you can do in grasslands. Just press RB to go there. Haha. Oh hi, in grasslands you can lay eggs. Eggs are useful for playing birds. You also score feathers for each egg you have left in your preserve at the end of the game. Now check out the wetlands. This is where you draw more bird cards. Gotcha. For now, you have some cards in your player setup. Let me show you the most important part of this game. It's birds. Did you think it was going to be birds? I'm pretty sure I'm not surprised that it's birds. These are the birds in your hand. Look closely at the structure of the Carolina Chickadee card. What am I looking at here? It's got 2 feathers and a shield and 20 centimeters. When the card is activated, you gain a feather from the supply and cash it on this card. What? You have a habitat symbol, which shows you where the bird can be played. Ah, so it can have multiple symbols, but this one can only be played in the forest. Here's the Carolina Chickadee's food cost. Oh, that's a worm. And that's grain. Gotcha. Worm grain means in order to play Carolina Chickadee, you need to spend either a seed or an invertebrate. Oh, it's a slug. It's got little thingies. The number next to that feather symbol is the bird's point value. Having this bird in your preserves gives you this many points at the end. Okay, so the more birds and eggs you have by the time the game ends, the more likely you are to win. Here is the nest. Oh, that's a nest icon. See, I knew it wasn't a shield. I was picturing the bird with, like, little bird shield wall. There are 5 types of nests. Oh, God. The Carolina Chickadee has a cavity nest. The other nest types are platform, ground, bowl, and wild. I'm not going to remember all this. Nests are used by some birds' powers, bonus cards, and in the end of round goals. I'll explain later how these are used. Nests can be powerful because they can match with another type. Try to remember that. Oh, those wild nests. They're like a wild card. Here's the bird's wingspan, 20 centimeters. Gotcha. Wingspan is used by some birds' powers and bonus cards. You'll notice them when you need them. Here's the most important thing, the bird's special power. As you play the game, you'll see that birds have a wide variety of powers. So this is like Pokemon, but you can actually find these in real life. There are 3 types of powers: when activated, when played, and once between turns. Okay. I know that from Yu-Gi-Oh! The Carolina Chickadee has a when activated power. It says when activated. I'll explain all 3 types during our playthrough. Oh, we're going to do a playthrough. Good. Finally, at the bottom of the card, you have egg slots. This is where you lay eggs. Okay, it has 3 egg slots. Each bird has a limited capacity for holding eggs. Now I'll teach you how to play a bird. Go to the forest so you can gain food for the Carolina Chickadee. First, you need to gain food for your... That's why we're here. The panel on the right shows how much food you have. Currently, you have no food. No! Hungry birds. To play the Carolina Chickadee, you need invertebrates or seeds. Look at the bird feeder here. Oh, those are... Okay. Bird food tiles. The dice show which food is currently available. Inside the bird feeder are invertebrate seeds, and I guess berries. The leftmost exposed slot shows how much food you can take. Take it! Take it all! So I can take one food. In order to gain food, you need to activate this habitat. The leftmost exposed slot will activate a habitat. Oh, good. That's what we need, right? Do you remember the cubes? Turn cubes will appear to mark your first turn. This cube marks the activated slot. It moved from your action panel to the leftmost exposed slot in it. Okay, because we have 8 in the action, and now that's our first turn. This makes sense. On the left, the forest icon reminds you that you activated the gain food action. Ah, okay. I wasn't aware that I'd done that. To choose what you want, select the die you need and press A. Choose seed and press A. I mean, I could have chosen seed invertebrate, right? By pressing Y, you will confirm your action. Good. Turn complete. Can you see the undo symbol on the arrow button? I can't. It means that the action you're about to do can't be undone. Anytime you see that, think twice before you act. Think before you pull! When you press B, your cube will go back to the turns panel. Gotcha. Oh, then you do the whole turn over again. You need seeds to play the Carolina Chickadee. Please confirm your choice by pressing Y. That was your first turn of Wingspan. Let's start the second one. Is that me? Am I from Avatar? Your cube from the first turn flew to the left and marked that you took the forest gain food action. Now you have enough food to play the Carolina Chickadee. Remember that the Carolina Chickadee... Do a shot every time I say Carolina Chickadee. That the Carolina Chickadee food cost says that it needs 1 invertebrate or 1 seed. To play a bird, you need to cover its food cost, which means you need to pay for it. Play the Carolina Chickadee by pressing up to bring the cards up and confirm your selection by pressing A. Whee! We have a Carolina Chickadee. Cube has moved beneath the picture of the Carolina Chickadee now, again marking your turn. On the left, the, wind icon reminds you that you chose to play a bird action. So, is play a bird. Look at this panel. I'm looking at it right now. This is the cost of the bird you want to play, the same one printed on the card. And this is the suggested payment. If you had more food, you could change the type of food spent to play this card, but we won't do that now. That makes sense. I could pick an invertebrate. I could give it slugs. Press Y to confirm your action. Remember, your action cannot be undone. Press Y to confirm the food choice. We now have a Carolina Chickadee. Let's start the next turn. This is turn number 3. You're really progressing here. Your cube from the second turn flew to the left and marked that you took the play bird action. Did it? I don't see my cube. Am I in the way? It flew to the left. Sure. Okay. It's over there somewhere. The blue jay is the next bird you want to play. But before you can do that, you'll need to collect food to pay for it. Well, it requires either a game of Simon or a seed from the looks of it. Look at the blue jay's food cost. You can cover the Simon in the food cost with... Oh, that's a wild food thing. It eats anything. It's not picky. The plus means you need to spend seeds and any food you choose, not or. Look again at the bird feeder. Inside there are seed, invertebrate seed, and 2 berries. Do you remember how to gain food? I do. The leftmost exposed slot will activate a habitat. Cube will appear to mark your third turn. Because you've played the Carolina Chickadee, your gain food action improved. Oh, right. I gain an extra seed from the supply and cash it on the... Okay, cool. In the second slot... Cube is in the second slot because the first slot is occupied by the Carolina Chickadee, because that was my first turn. This makes sense. You will get 1 die, but you can get more. Activating the second slot in this habitat means that you can take 1 die of food from the bird feeder, and the symbol... I don't know what that is. To die in this slot means that if you want, you can discard... Oh, that's a card. You can discard 1 card from your hand for more die. I don't want to sacrifice the bald eagle. Murica! To play the blue jay, you need seed and any food item. Take the die with the seed invertebrate symbol. You can choose whether to take the invertebrate or seed. We need to choose that option. Now press X to change 1 card from your hand for 1 more die. Then choose the bald... Oh, I'm giving up the bald eagle. We're turning the bald eagle into food. This feels... Yep, confirm the exchange. Now you can take 1 more die from the bird feeder, right? Before you do that, look here. Those are the 2 dice outside of the bird feeder. There are 5 total. Each die that is taken out is marked here. While playing, you may encounter birds that use this information. Okay, because they all have special powers. Now take the seed and confirm your action. Press Y. Can you see that the cube moved to the Carolina Chickadee slot? Why did it do that? Cube always moves to the left and activates all birds with a when activated power. Oh, okay, so now it's the chickadee's turn. So you activated forest and gained food, but it's not the end of your turn. Since the cube is now in the Carolina Chickadee, not in, it's time for it to activate this turn. When activated powers are the most common in the game. All birds with a when activated power give you an extra action each time you activate the habitat that the bird inhabits. All of your bird powers are optional. This means that you don't have to activate them if you don't want to. I mean, are there effects that I maybe don't want? Like poop all over my car? We won't skip this power, however. I'll show you how it works. Every time you gain food, the Carolina Chickadee gains a seed. The Carolina Chickadee is not taking the seed from the bird finder. It's just found somewhere else. Press Y to use the power. The power of voodoo. Whoops. Last turn, you cached food on the Carolina Chickadee. Every cached food is worth 1 feather. The amount of food a bird has cached is marked on the bird card here. Let's quickly sum up what gives you feathers so far. You get feathers for played birds, laid eggs, and cached food. Remember how I told you that you need eggs to play birds? You spend eggs to play birds starting from the second slot. Whew! Look at these slots. Isn't it pretty? So see the egg symbol on top of them? They indicate how many eggs you need to spend in order to play a bird in this slot. Oh, you need eggs to buy birds. This is complicated, but I mean, it's based on a board game, so that makes sense. This cost is an addition to the food cost. So if you want to play the blue jay in a forest, you need 1 egg. Go to the grasslands. In grasslands, you will get eggs to lay on the birds of your choice. The leftmost exposed slot will activate a habitat. Now you have to choose where you want to lay your eggs. When you perform any of the 4 actions, playing a bird, gaining food, laying eggs, or drawing cards, you can switch between habitats. You need to find birds to lay eggs on. So that's a weird sentence. So go back to the forest. See the icon on the panel shows grassland? It means that you activated the laying eggs action in the grasslands. Didn't know I did that. For now, there's only 1 bird you can lay egg on, the Carolina chickadee. Lay 2 eggs. You choose which bird to lay eggs on. Can we stop phrasing it like that? Simply press A, lay 2 eggs, and confirm. Y to confirm, yes? That was round 4. Now you have everything you need to play the blue jay. So we got 2 eggs. We could even play multiple blue jays, but we only have the 1 card. Select the blue jay card and press Y to confirm your choice. Boom! Okay, you want to play a bird on the 2nd slot, so you need to pay an egg. This new panel shows that you need to find and select a bird with a laid egg, which is the Carolina chickadee is squeezing out a blue jay, I guess. Or it's just holding the blue jay eggs for no reason. Now press Y to confirm that you want to play the blue jay. I do. I want to play the blue jay. He's adorable. Or she. What do I know? I did not see a bird wang. Nice, you have 2 birds played now, and so your gain food action has become even stronger. You can now take 2 dice from the bird feeder when you activate this habitat. Also, what does the blue jay have for its power? Gain a seed from the bird feeder if available. You may cash it on this card. Sweet. So that's extra points. To attract more birds, you need more cards. To draw cards, go to whatever this is. The lakeside, the water area. Here you can draw more cards. The leftmost exposed slot will activate a habitat. Anytime you draw a card, you can choose whether you want to draw one of the visible face-up or a face-down card. The undo icon reminds you that you can't undo a drawing of a face-down card. Now, for the sake of learning, I will ask you to draw this killdeer. Draw the killdeer by choosing it and pressing Y. I can do that. Boop! I have a killdeer. Look at the legs on that. The gams on that bird. You remember how to gain food, right? Meet me in the forest to gain food for your killdeer. Because you played 2 birds in this habitat, you can now gain 2 dice. You need seed and invertebrate to play the killdeer. No, seed or. Yeah, because that's a slash, not a plus. And also, she said or. I can read. The leftmost exposed slot will activate a habitat. Can you see that to the left of cube, there are 2 birds with brown powers? I'm wary of birds with brown powers. That means you will do 3 activations on this turn. Gain food, activate the blue jay's power, and activate the Carolina chickadee's power. After you gain the food, your turn cube will go to the blue jay and activate it. After that, the Carolina chickadee. And all of this using only 1 cube. Well, butter my ears and call me corny. But the food you need isn't in the bird feeder. Oh no. Oh no. Don't worry, right now you can reset the bird feeder. Resetting, I can talk, means taking all the dice inside and outside of the bird feeder and re-rolling them. Does removing the dice that are outside of the bird feeder have an impact? I just used impact as a verb. Have an impact on the Carolina chickadee and the blue jay? You can re-roll anytime all dice in the bird feeder show the same face. Let's try that now. Bird feeder undo, I guess. But remember, you can't undo this. Okay, that's reset the bird feeder. And you can't undo the resetting. Please re-roll. I would love to. How do I do this? That's the killdeer. Ah. B? No. How do I reset the... I'm missing something. Oh, over there. Great, remember that when there's only one die in the bird feeder, you can also re-roll all of them. When all of the dice are taken out of the bird feeder, they will be re-rolled automatically at the end of the turn. Now please take an invertebrate and a berry and accept your choice. Bloop. Bloop. The blue jay's power is similar to the chickadee's. It can catch food. But the blue jay's power lets you choose between caching a seed or taking it for yourself. Why do I need it? I'm not hungry. And unlike the Carolina chickadee, the blue jay takes seed directly from the bird feeder. What? That's not cool. So when there's no seeds in the bird feeder, you can't use this bird's power. Damn it, blue jay. Fortunately, there's plenty of seeds in the bird feeder. I would be a bad bird feeder owner if there weren't. Here you can choose the die you want to take in order to cache or take. There's two of them, so we'll just take one of them. For now, take the seed. It will come in handy later. Select the take option and confirm your decision. Alright, now you could activate the Carolina chickadee's power or choose to skip it this time. Why would I choose to skip it? Seed me! I mean, that's extra points. Why would I not want the points? Right? Look, it's your last turn on this round. Oh no. Before you finish, let me show you your opponent. Dun dun dun. This is your opponent. And this is you. My opponent is a fox in a hat. You can take a look at their habitats. To take a peek at the opponent's habitats, you need to press RT. Choose the opponent's portrait by pressing RT. There it is, the bad guy. He's got an owl. I want an owl. This guy has a predator, a barred owl. His barred owl will hunt each time your opponent activates this bird. If it succeeds, the bird card will be tucked under this predator. Every tucked card is worth 1. Can he hunt my owls? Will that owl eat my Carolina chickadee? Later we'll try to use this power for our benefit. But like by feeding it birds we don't like. Take this bird, fuck it! Alright, let's get back to your preserve and finish the first round. To go back, just press LT. Now we have enough food to play our killdeer. Hi killdeer! Look at the habitat that the killdeer can be played in. Ooh, grassland or whatever the wet one is called. I already forgot. Grassland or water. Beachfront property. You can choose between grassland and wetland. For now, I would like you to play the killdeer in the water. Remember how you played birds before? Sort of. First choose the killdeer card, then confirm the food cost. Wait, do we have... I'm trying to play the killdeer. Let me do it. Yeah, we have the food for that. When activated, discard an egg to draw 2 cards. But I only have 1 egg. First choose the killdeer card, then confirm the food cost on the panel. Did that. Whee! I'm winning! I win round 1. Sort of. And this was your first round. Those are the end of round goals. Oh, birds in the forest, and then a bowl full of birds with eggs, and then eggs in the grass, because Easter, and then bird, I guess. You can learn what each end of round goal means. Just press R to deactivate the explanations, then press R again. Ah! Count the total number of birds you currently have in the specific habitat row. Okay, I have more birds, so I win. Then count the total number of birds with the specific nest type that have at least 1 egg. Ugh. Each bird counts just once, regardless of how many eggs it has. Star nest count towards this goal. Wow, okay, this is complicated. Alright. This is a lot to take in. Each round has randomly chosen tasks you can fulfill to gain extra. If you don't meet any requirements at all, you get 0 feathers. Oh no! And if you and your... I gotta stop doing that. If you and your opponent tie, the points for those places are divided by the number of players and rounded down. Well, you can't round down a 1, can you? I guess you can. It's a 0. Press Y to start the second round. Ding, 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 ding. Let's summarize what we've learned so far. You took 8 turns in the first round. I sure did. I did a whole 8 turns. You know how to play birds, gain food, lay eggs, and draw cards. I know how to lay eggs, you guys. And they said it couldn't be done. You know that you can score feathers for playing birds, laid eggs, cashed food, tucked cards, end of round goals. You also know that you have an opponent. I do. Fuck that guy. Now I can show you more advanced stuff in the second round. It wasn't complicated enough, you guys. We gotta make it more complex. It's the first turn of the second round. Remember, can you imagine sitting around this board game at home with your friends and being the only person who knows how it works and trying to explain it to your buddies? Remember that the second round has 7 turns. It's always been my least favorite part of board games. Close this screen. I want to show you something important about drawing cards, but to do that you need more eggs. Go to the grasslands and lay more eggs! The leftmost exposed slot, it's a habitat. We know that the habitats activate habitats. Come on. Just say activate a habitat. Now find and choose a bird or birds that you want to lay eggs on and confirm this action. I feel like that's... I don't have any. They're in the forest. All of my birds are in the forest. And I can't choose... There we go. I want to lay eggs on the blue jay. Confirm. 6 turns left. I've laid eggs. You know what? Bite me. Let's go to the water and draw some cards. Oh, the cards in the water have changed. Dun dun dun. After each round, all the face-up cards will be replaced by new ones. Remember, if you want a specific card and this round is coming to an end, you'll lose the opportunity to draw what you wanted in the next round. Because you have a killdeer that covered the first slot, you can activate water and use the egg for card exchange from the second slot. Let's make use of this exchange. The leftmost exposed slot will activate a habitat. We know this about the habitats. Press X to exchange eggs for cards. Now switch between habitats to find a bird with an egg laid on it so that you can spend it to draw an additional... Okay, now we have to pick the egg. Blue jay egg. Confirm! Now choose 2 face-up cards and accept your decision. If you do... Oh, this one tucks cards. That's extra points. We'll take that one. Ooh. When activated, roll a dice not in bird feeder. If any are fish, gain a fish and cash it on this card. And it gives 4 points. We'll go with a snowy egret. Those are my birds. Now activate the killdeer. Discard an egg and draw 2 cards. Switch between habitats to find another bird with eggs. So you can lay it on it so you can spend it for 2 additional cards. I gotta activate the killdeer first, right? Nope. Oh, it's already activated? Did it activate itself? Pick the last face-up card, the Bell's Vireo. As you probably noticed, new face-up cards haven't been replaced yet. They will be replaced when you finish this turn. She already said that. Look at the face-down card with the no undo icon. If you draw a face-down card, you won't be able to undo it. Draw 1 face-down card and accept your decision. Ooh! Fancy! Yes! I got a vulture. Suck it, other guy. You and your owl. My vulture will kick your owl in the nuts. The leftmost exposed slot will activate a habitat. Take the worm. Title of your sex tape. It's a slug. Because there is only 1 die in the bird feeder, you can re-roll all 5 dice. Roll them as you need another slug to play Bell's Vireo. That didn't turn out well. There's no slugs for your Bell's Vireo. But there is a way. Whenever you play a bird, you can spend 2 food items as if they were one other food item. What? So I can turn 2 berries into a slug? Like mash them together and then like do this? Put a antenna on it. Take which food item you want and confirm your decision. I'm gonna go with 2 berries. What? I'm confused. Do they have to be different? Now, now take, okay, because I can only take 1 die, but I can use the blue jay's power to get another seed, and now you can activate the Carolina chickadee, right? And it stores another thingy. So now we have enough food to summon the Bellsvirio? We need eggs. We have an egg. The blue jay has an egg. If you don't have birds in grasslands and this first slot is empty, that means you don't have to pay an extra egg to play a bird. So go to grasslands to play it. Play the Vireo by pressing up and then confirming. Yep. I kind of want to play the vulture. Notice the warning next to your food payment. It means that the food you have doesn't match the bird's food cost. But you can still confirm this payment because of the 2-for-1 rule. Confirm your action. These are bonus cards. Oh, right, because the Vireo gives you bonus cards. You can keep one of the 2, but you have to discard the other. You'll gain more feathers at the end of the game if you fulfill the requirements specified on the bonus cards. There's no punishment for failing to do it. Look at the nest box builder. This is where nests come in handy. What? To have a better view of your cards while choosing a bonus card, you can hide this interface by pressing L. You could move to the other habitats to help decide which bonus card is better for you. Show me the bonus cards, though. Where are they? Press L again. Oh, those are okay. Nest Box Builder and Forester are the 2 bonus cards. I'm a doofus. We will play the Black Vulture in the forest later, so I would advise taking the Forester bonus card. Birds that can only live in the forest. What does that mean? 3 to 4 birds. Oh, you get points for you get extra bonus points. Gotcha. Choose the Forester card and press A. And then confirm. Gotcha. Okay. This is fun. It's very relaxing, but it also makes you really think. It makes you focus. Look at the Black Vulture. It's majestic. It's glorious. Once between turns, when another player's, kill succeeds, gain 1 die from the bird feeder. It has a once between turns power. You can activate once between turns power, only when your opponent does something specified in the power description. So when the owl kills something, I get extra food. It can be activated only once between each of your consecutive turns. Now look at the Black Vulture's food cost. No food? It means that there's no food cost to cover. You have enough eggs, so play the Black Vulture in the forest now. Dun dun dun. Confirm. There's the egg. Woof. Oh, it did a little thing. It moves now. Okay, we know about the Black Vulture. Now that you've played a Black Vulture, you can make use of your opponent's successful hunts. The opponent gained food and activated their kill, the predator, the barred owl. There's no cube on the panel because this power is between turns. The hunt was successful, so now you can take a die from the bird feeder. We'll take a fish, because I know we're going to need it for the egret. No regrets! I want to show you one last thing before we finish this tutorial. So go to the grasslands. The leftmost exposed slot, it is a habitat. You will activate a habitat because it's a habitat. Now I would like you to press X. Seems sus. Like, to do this, press X? Or what happens if I press X? You can now spend one food that you have to lay one additional egg. Why? Because I press X? What did the X do exactly? When you do this, confirm your decision. I'll spend a seed. And go. Now lay 3 eggs on the birds you want, then confirm your action. Well. We're going to stick them all on the killdeer. Boop. There's still one turn in this round, but I think I've taught you all I know. Ooh, am I on my own now? Let's sum up what you can do. You've got some stuff in your hair, by the way. In your turn, you can play birds, gain food, lay eggs, draw cards. During your playthrough, you can check the current end of round goal score and your overall score. To check your score, press the left menu button. Ta-da, there it is. First, you can see how many points you and your opponent have already scored in end of round goals. 5-2. I'm rocking it. At the bottom, you have points for birds, bonus cards, end of round goals, eggs, cash food, and tucked cards. This is your current total score. Whee! You can close the screen by pressing B. Or, left stick. There's only one final thing you can do. At any time, you can access a general overview of your habitats. Press R to enable the overview. Okay, so that's like that shows the tooltips. It's handy. Okay. Now what? I've pressed R to enable the overview. And now the game is stuck. No. Yeah. The game is stuck on this step of the tutorial. No! It hasn't registered that I've opened the overview. So now we are screwed. But we have more points, so I'm going to check this up as a win. And we've learned everything. That was the whole tutorial. I'm guessing the last 2 rounds would have just been, do this on your own and win this. Unfortunately, oh, it's up on the... I'm an idiot. She didn't want me to press R. She wanted me to push R up. The game's not bugged. I'm bugged. The overview displays all of your habitats and birds. You can also see which birds are available to you in the wetlands and what food is currently inside the bird feed. I'm sorry about the emotional roller coaster there. Let's close the tooltips. Can I do that? To close the overview, just press up on the right stick again. Now we can go to Europe to discover new species of birds. This is the expansion. This is the DLC. Do you want to go to Europe to discover new species of birds? Of course I do. I want to look at European birds. Can you just hop over to Europe in the middle of them? Oh, my new opponent is a bear. I've gained food. Well, of course you have. You're a bear. Everything is your food. Hi, I'm glad you stopped by. I hope you're ready for a dose of knowledge about European birds. Should I be speaking in an English accent now that we're in Europe? Or a German accent? I am ready for you. I've already played a few turns so that I can show you some of the new abilities of European birds right away. I don't even know the abilities of the American birds yet. Play the Eurasian nuthatch. Or nuthatch. I don't know. I'm guessing nuthatch. You already know how to play birds, so go for it. Isn't it cute? Do we have the food for it? Yes. Good, like some birds from the base game you've seen. The Eurasian... So this is with the expansion, you guys. This is the base game and the DLC. Good. Like some birds from the base game, you've seen the Eurasian nuthatch caches seeds from the supply, but unlike those birds, it lets you spend those seeds at any time. Ooh. It holds the seeds for me and then gives them to me when I need them. Get a die from the bird feeder. We will need a slug. With it, we will play invertebrate. We'll play another bird, the European roller. Boop, I've got a slug. Activate the Eurasian nuthatch's power. You can use its power to store seeds. Yes, do that. I've played a bird, a European robin. You've played... Screw you and your robin. We will get back to the Eurasian nuthatch's ability in a moment. Let's go to the grasslands. I'll show... Oh, they're so pretty here. European grasslands are nicer. What a perfect spot for the European roller. I just need to see the waterfront real quick. It's so much prettier. Let's play it here. Play the European roller. I would love to. There we go. Place this bird sideways so that it covers 2 spaces. Pay the lower egg cost. Interesting. It just loves long journeys. Let it occupy 2 slots in this habitat. Note that you don't have to pay any eggs to play the roller over the second slot. Interesting. Okay. By playing birds with this power wisely, you can quickly increase the number of resources that their habitat yields. Right, because its power will be activated twice, but it doesn't have an activation power. So, what's the point? We've started all over. This is round 1 of 4. I should have split this into 2 videos. Now lay an egg, you're going to place some more birds. As I said before, you can gain 3 eggs instead of 2 with only 1 bird in the grasslands. Have you said that before? Alright, we're laying eggs. And also, whoops, lay an egg on the nuthatch. Now we have 3 eggs. Doo-dee-doo. Take 1 slug. Don't forget to activate the Eurasian nuthatch's power. Alright, I think I'm going to get the hang of this. I win. Suck it, bear. I am number 1. You are number 2, which is poop. Play the Eurasian jay. It's a special bird that can ruffle other players' feathers. Don't worry about not having any seeds in your supply. Why? Because the 2-for-1 rule. Look, the food you cached earlier using the Eurasian nuthatch's power can now be spent as if it were in your supply. We can feed the jay the nuthatch's seeds. Neato. This is very convenient as this unused food will earn you points at the end of the game. I had anticipated that. And lay its egg. And now we have a Eurasian jay. Yay! I can make things out of clay, or hang out down by the bay. What do you say? Use the opportunity to roll the dice in your bird feeder. Try to gain dice needed to play the common gold eye. What do I need for that? A fish and a slug. Reroll. I've got fishes and slugses. It's amazing. Boop. Boop. Steal a seed from another player's supply and cash it on this bird. They gain 1 die from the bird. Okay, so I give him a die, but I can steal a seed. Eurasian jay can take seeds from an opponent's supply. We just figured that out. All you have to do is select the chosen player. Happily, our only option has a seed. As you can see, a Eurasian jay can rob an opponent of a resource and store it on its card. However, the player can compensate for the loss by taking a die from the from their own bird feeder. So, who cares? I win. I have your seed. I have come halfway across the world for your seed! Play the common gold eye in your waterfront wetland. It will come in handy at the end of this and future rounds. Boop. You get a weird shaped head, little bird. I bet he got made fun of in little bird school. 73 centimeter. Okay, never mind. It's a huge bird. When you have a weird shaped head like that, being massive is a great way to compensate. No one made fun of this bird. We've got a fish and a slug. We're good. We now have, I guess, a kind of duck. It's a duck. Gain food, take slugs, and any die and finish your turn. When it's cold, I yawn, guys. I'm sorry. It's a little chilly here today. Gain food, take. I would love to. Oh, the feeder is okay. I have to go to the forest to gain food. Right. I remember now. Activate a habitat. Get a slug. And a fish. And also re-roll. Oh. And that makes me lose the slug and the fish. Well, or not. No, I have the slug and the fish. And steal, of course, a seed. Can I steal the seed and does it cache in a bird? Cache it on, it does. It caches on a bird. That's perfect. And another seed to cache on that bird. I have so many birds and so many caches. I know all the birds. I have all the best birds. Go to your waterfront. Wetland. I don't know why I keep calling it that. See the 2 cards with the EE marking? Take them using the egg for card exchange. Ooh, okay, I remember how to do this. That's with X. I have to discard eggs for that. Uh-huh. EE markings. Both of them. I need the Eurasian Sparrow hawk and the red kite. Sweet. Okay. And I remembered how to exchange eggs. I am killing it. Now switch to grasslands and play the Eurasian Magpie. We will use its power later in the round. And we have the food for that? Oh, it'll eat anything. It's an anything eater. And it's the prettiest bird of all my birds so far. Oh, I guess the roller is the only one with an egg. Next round we're going to have to get some eggs. Draw one more card of your choice. It will be useful in the next round. I like the Vireo, but I've already got one. A mallard! Oh, it's a predator. A massive predator bird. Look at a card from the deck. If it's less than 100 centimeters, tuck it behind this bird. If not, discard it. Yes! That sounds awesome. I knew Big Bird was going to pull through for us. The power of some European birds can only activate at the end of the round. You own 2 such birds, so you'll benefit twice. First, activate the common gold eye by clicking it. It has lay an egg on this bird for each other bird with a concave nest? Whatever that, the Viking shield nest that you have. This bird can lay eggs depending on the number of Viking shields in your habitats. Allow it to do so by clicking on the card and laying 2 eggs. Bloop! Now go to the grasslands. See if the Eurasian Magpie also wants some action. Oh, the Eurasian... It also wants some action. Okay. Its power depends on how your opponent spent their cubes this round. Interesting. The other player laid eggs several times during this round to pursue the end of round goal. You can take advantage of that choice. Select the opponent's portrait. Okay. And the Eurasian Magpie allows you to cache 1 wild food from the supply for each time the selected opponent laid eggs this round. You may cache food on different birds. Oh, cool. So we'll just stick it all on the roller. Can we do that? It's a good idea to store seeds on the Eurasian nuthatch. It will be able to use it when needed. That's smart. Of course, the choice is yours. No. Nuthatch. Good idea. No, no, don't. Oh, darn it. I put berries on it. Undo. Undo. Can't undo. I'm a little confused. I'm storing seeds. Right? Okay, the Eurasian jay. Well, oh, I put the seed on. I'm not doing this right. Just stick it all on the nuthatch. We're fine. Oh no! Why? The bear just handed me my bird ass. Damn you, bear! How did I get no points? I will now show you another interesting bird power. Hang on, I want to see my... I can't, because she's still talking. Alright. Play the Eurasian Sparrowhawk. Don't worry about not having any mice in your supply. Okay. Because I can do 2 for 1, right? The asterisk next to the cost of the bird tells us an alternate way to play this card. We don't want to pay for it with food, so click on the change icon. Look, you can pay for it using cards. Select the card you picked up in the previous round by clicking on the icon in the panel. Which card is that? The red kite? Is that? You can pay for it using a card. Select the card you picked up in the previous round by clicking on the icon in the panel. Where is... What panel? Where are we? This one. No? This one. The peregrine falcon. I don't want to sacrifice the falcon? What? I'm confused. I'm not sure what's happening here. I sacrificed the falcon. Man. Change. Got it. Confirm. Select the bird from any habitat to spend an egg. Poor falcon. The mallard. Goldeneye. Whatever. Paying with cards is profitable. It becomes a tucked card, which gives you an extra point. Oh, that's good. Because I got no points in the last round, and I don't know why that didn't happen. Now it's time for the last bird power I wanted to show you. You can play a bird from your hand onto another bird's card without paying any cost. So I can turn a bird into a tucked bird. Any laid egg and cached wild food are discarded from the covered bird, but any tucked cards are tucked behind the covering bird. Holy shit. Choose a habitat and let the red kite hunt by clicking on the selected bird. Wait, habitat first. Play this bird on top of another bird. I mean, yeah, I'd like to. On the Eurasian jay, I guess. Poor jay. That's all I wanted to tell you about European birds. I just fed one of my birds to one of my other birds. This feels wrong. There are so many more powers to learn, so I encourage you to experiment. Discover which birds work best together. You can finish the game if you want. Good luck. I can finish the game. But here's the thing, you guys. I've been playing this tutorial for 54 minutes. And I did not want to go over an hour for this. So, I'm going to stop here. I will play this on my own. I am actually having a lot of fun here. This is very relaxing. This is something I can see myself just playing, just sitting on the couch and just, just, it's calm. It's zen. I like it. And, I wonder if it has online multiplayer. I need to check this. Can I play my friends online or locally. This feels like an important thing to know. Online, check it out. I'll tell you what, you guys. If you guys have Wingspan, if you get this game, if you like this game, if you enjoyed this, hit me up, because I want to play this with some people. Find me on Gilded and tell me there. We'll set up a session. We'll play this together. I hope you guys have a great time. I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you next time. Go be freaking heroes. Minion out.